Hello, and welcome to another tech tip with the eLearning team. Now, before we know it, finals are going to be upon us. So today we're starting a multi-part series talking about feedback, grading, and the like. Today we're covering the SpeedGrader in Canvas and its features. Kelly?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. So when I'm in the assignment feature in Canvas and I'm grading, I pull up the SpeedGrader. So in the SpeedGrader, there is a rubric that you can click on. You can say view rubric, so you can actually see the rubric you put in there. You can make comments in that rubric item to see what things they might have missed. If they got half points, what was it that they needed to fix? Or if you want them to resubmit it, or maybe you don't, you just want them to fix it the next time. And if you follow that down below the rubric piece is the general comment section. So you can make a general comment to the students of what did they do great? What things should they maybe work on? If it's tenses or things like that in a paper, what could they improve upon? But those are general comments. So if you are also putting comments in the rubric or somewhere else that Ron is going to talk about in a moment, then you need to tell them in that general comment section to look somewhere else to get more details of what the feedback is. Your feedback is so important and the students need that and it's valuable. So make sure that you're telling them to go look for the feedback. You're also going to need to tell them either in your syllabus with grades, in your assignment piece, to make sure that they are going to click on the comments. So they have to actually click on that in their grade section so they can see your feedback. It doesn't just pop up automatically. So you need to remind them to check for that. And what you have to say is very valuable. So you can do it with a video in SpeedGrader. That's way faster than typing everything if you've got 20 students. So you can do it with a video, you can do it with a audio if you don't want to, you just want that to automatically record what you're saying. Then you can also do a handwritten if you want to actually do the text. So there's 3 different ways that you can give feedback. But please remember to remind them to check for the feedback because what you have to say is important. Rhonda, you had a little bit more deeper level on that feedback to share.
Yeah, to be able to go and become much more specific, you can use inline comments. This is for assignments only, however. So when you're clicked into SpeedGrader and the assignment comes up, you will have a toolbar that will be across the top. And that toolbar will allow you to add margin comments. You can do it with a little pop-up bubble, you can highlight areas, you can strike through areas and so on. So this is much more specific and it is much more detailed. And when we scaffold assignments, and we give it back to the student for editing and to upgrade and to, continue to do research and so on. It's these very specific comments that are really helpful for the student to, continue on and to progress with the project. It's very time consuming. So it's a real shame if they don't actually see it and take that feedback and to use it. So once again, you're going to have to tell them to look for the comments and that they can do in their, by clicking on grades, by clicking on the assignment and clicking on the comments link. But it's a good idea to give them a how-to video, maybe and instructions maybe in the very beginning. That's how important your feedback is to them. So Dan, I think there you have it.
That's right. And now Kelly mentioned that you can access rubrics from the side panel. Now that's true for assignments and discussions. And we certainly recommend that you do take the time to build out those rubrics whenever possible. It's going to be a great help to you in providing consistent feedback across assignments and among students. So you're kind of looking at the same criteria for everybody and you have that equity box checked there. Once you have a rubric built, it's very simple to attach it to an assignment. And from the SpeedGrader, click on that View Rubric button, and you can start awarding points for each of your criteria just by clicking on the little box. Kelly also mentioned you can add comments on a per criterion basis. So for any given element you are assessing, you've got a criterion in your rubric, and you can give comments specifically about that piece for any given student. And again, if you're doing that, let the students know where to view those comments. We have a whole about 60-minute video on the full features of the Grade Center, linked in the description below. So be sure to check that out if you want some more in-depth conversation, and join us next time for more.